Tonight, TV6 investigates the need for volunteer firefighters here in the UP.
We have seen a dramatic spike in children dying in home fires, and that just really tears at my heart.
As we enter colder weather and the holidays, the number of fire calls will increase. The shortage of firefighters is a nationwide problem.
We're taking a look at why our local departments are struggling to find members. According to the National Volunteer Fire Council, in 2010, there were 768,000 volunteer firefighters across the nation. In 2020, there were 677,000, a 12% decrease, while the number of calls increased by 29%. I spoke with several firefighters here in the UP who said there used to be a waiting list to get on the department, but now they're looking for anyone to join.
I have reports of a vehicle on fire.
In 2022, volunteer firefighters across the UP were called out 9,891 times. But what happens when no one is there to answer the call?
I live out in the woods, actually, so if somebody were to respond, how long would it take for them to get to my house before it burns down, or if I've fallen or had a heart attack?
When that happens, fortunately right now, we can pull from our neighboring departments, but at some point, there's just not going to be anyone to respond to these emergencies.
A shortage of firefighters goes beyond the borders of the UP. It's not just a small-town problem. The Michigan State Firemen's Association says 80% of fire departments in Michigan are volunteer. Lawrence Volunteer Fire Department Chief Corey Frisk says it adds an extra layer of complexity.
We're busy. We run a monthly meeting, a monthly training, and plus you have call times in there too. So there's all that stuff on the front side that you got to dedicate time for. And in a chief's position and a training officer's position, you're coordinating those activities as well on the backside.
So what does it take to be a volunteer firefighter?
We're responding when people are having the worst day of their lives.
Michael McLear is the past president of the Michigan State Firemen's Association. He says the certification process takes 242 hours. While specific schedules vary by county, for most departments, that means an online class plus in-person training to practice hands-on. And it's the same process here in the UP as it is for full-time paid departments in big cities.
Training standards are the same. The only difference is an urban department may have high rises. An urban department has city hydrants. More of the rural communities are going to be requiring water sources from a pond or a portable dump tank.
Anyone physically able can be a firefighter. You have to be 18 years old and have a valid driver's license. Now the gear weighs about 80 pounds, and depending on what tool you're carrying, you could be carrying up to 100 pounds. But if the Michigan Firemen's Association says I can do it, so can you.
We're seeing more and more women getting into the fire service, and we're seeing more and more diversity within the fire service. So our firefighters are looking more like regular members from the community, and that's great because neighbor helping neighbor is an awesome opportunity.
If you don't want to run into a burning building, there is always something you can do to help the department.
Whether it's teaching public education in a non-emergent situation, whether it's installing free smoke and carbon monoxide alarms, we have other functions within the volunteer fire service that many times we can connect people together.
Once you're certified, most departments have a monthly meeting and training, plus any calls you're paged out to. And for most of the people I talked with, that time commitment is one of the biggest hurdles.
I definitely have a lot of respect for those who are doing it, though. I've had friends that have done it, former bosses that have done it. Yeah, just hard to find the time myself.
It's like a whole nother job on top of whatever you're doing to make a living.
Time, because I work in town, and it takes me, I'm usually gone 9 hours a day, 10 hours a day. At work 40 hours a week, so if not more.
But to help make up for the time that goes into being a volunteer firefighter, some departments offer a stipend for calls. Lawrence Volunteer Fire Department offers $20 an hour when it's paged to a scene.
A lot of people leave their families, leave work, leave their personal businesses to come in and respond to calls. So it gives them some gas money and some reimbursement anyway for the lost wages and stuff that they might suffer.
Other departments will offer a flat rate per call as gas reimbursement. Every department is different, and if you're interested in becoming a volunteer firefighter or want to learn more, you can go to makemeafirefighter.org. That link is on this story on our website, uppermichigansource.com, or the TV6 and Fox UP mobile news app. Tomorrow, we're taking a look at why people become firefighters and what departments are doing to recruit more people.